I've always wanted to get good grades without really studying. I never wanted to study, but still get a good grades on any and every subject. So that meant that I didn't like studying. I liked getting good grades. So that's basically everyone, even you, bro. You also want to get the best possible grades without studying. You know what you do? You calculate how much you have to study for a test in order to get this grade to pass the subject on a certain grade that you want. That's what I do also. So that means that we are really similar, and that also means that I can help you because I have found the method that basically made me an A student without having to study like one. How powerful is that? You can study for few hours a week and you will get a better grade than some nerd who studies all the time and still gets a worse grade than me. That's what I also want for you, bro. Some credibility. I'm Martin. I have never gotten a worse grade than a B, except for like once, where I got a C. But that's because of that's because it's a chemistry, and I hate chemistry. But other than that, I always got a B, and I've almost almost every year have gotten like honors, where you get such a good study accomplishments, where you have gotten through the year, but with honors. That's basically what I got almost every single year except one. Only one year, when I didn't even have the methods yet, I got an C. So what are the methods, you might ask? Well, it's very simple. What you need to do is to stop studying like everyone else. Because what is everyone else doing? Everyone else gets their notes and they reread it every single time, all the time. That's not really effective, is it? When I switched from this type of learning to another type, which I use right now, I have seen such an improvement in the time I've spent learning. Not necessarily in the grades. The grades haven't gotten like better, but I have lessened the time that I spend learning, which is still a W when you think about that. You're still keeping up that high level of grades, but you're lowering the time that you spend studying. I think that's a great thing to learn. And why would you not want to learn this, right? So the thing is, you need to do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing. Otherwise, you're going to get the same results as everyone else. And that's the reality of it. Now, of course, there are some outliers that get insanely good grades, like straight A's, without even taking notes, without even learning. That's not you, bro. It's not me either. So, if it was you, you wouldn't need to watch this video, am I right? Yeah, so what I want you to do is to stop, basically forget everything that you've ever learned or knew about studying and listen to me. Because I've already went and accomplished what I wanted to do. I already get good grades without really studying. So listen up. And I need you to take action, like actually do what I'm about to say and tell you to do. Because without it, there is no change, bro. So the next time that you're going to be writing a test, take the topic and create a bunch of questions on that topic. Now, after you create all the questions, take some time apart from when you've created the questions, and then take it as a test. You can consider it being a practice test. And then once you write it, you get your feedback instantly because you will correct the correct answers and the wrong answers, and you will get instant feedback this way, which is way better than the current school system. Once you do this, you repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until you basically know everything. And that's how you do it. You don't do it by reading about it, you do it by testing yourself. Now you can do it even more efficiently, more streamlined, and that is using ChatGPT or any kind of AI in that matter. And you do that by taking notes into an electric form, like Microsoft Word or like any kind of text file. You give it to the AI and say, hey, create a list of questions. And like to each question, create an answer. And then you go down through the whole list, you go look at the question, and then after you've answered, you take a look at the answer and compare it. And that's instant feedback. Isn't that awesome? Like in a normal like in school, you get a test, you write it, and then maybe like in a few weeks you will see it back graded. You will forget what you wrote in there in the meantime. And if it's something important like math, you're not going to get that instant feedback, which is really important in like reinforcing the neurons in your brain and stuff like that. So please start testing yourself. This is the most important like technique that I can give you right now. And if you are interested in more like these study techniques and that are really efficient and are time saving, go to the link in the description and check out the course that I've created, which is like for people just like you who want to study less and get even better grades than the nerds who study all day. Because honestly, having only school in your life, like only studying every day, whole day, I think that's a fail, bro. I think like if you're not like obviously a doctor or a lawyer, you're just a normal student and you're studying all day every day. And it isn't even fun for you, it's not even purposeful. That is so sad. And that would be honestly like for me personally a failed life. For me, a great life would be having school only as a small part, you know? Because life is so diverse that you cannot have really one thing as your whole life. Because then you will be so like, you'll be so dull. You will be so boring, man. Also, I think a jack of trades is better than a master of one. Which is my personal opinion, but if you're going to be only good in school, what about the relationships around you? What about any hobbies you might have? Or the lack of in that matter? So yeah, I believe that studying can be easier, you can save more time and get better grades. If you want to learn more about this, go to the link in the description and check out the course right now. And also subscribe for more videos like these.